What happens when reality television's biggest families collide, and the cracks in their stories finally split wide open? Giudice, the daughter of Teresa Giudice, once known as the sweet child on Real Housewives of New Jersey, now finds herself clashing with polygamist patriarch Kody Brown on Special Forces' World's Toughest Test. At the same time, Kody's wife Robyn faces mounting accusations bad acting, manipulation, and secretly dismantling a plural family into monogamy. He wasn't the best team player, Giudice. And that was only the beginning. 2 different shows. 2 different women. One unraveling truth about control, performance, and the price of reality fame.
No, we're not going to be intimate anymore. Then he'd be like, well, you could do this, and you could do this, and you could do this, and put it all on everybody else. He knows how to push the buttons.
Part 1. To understand this storm, we need to rewind. Giudice has been in the public eye since childhood, growing up in front of Bravo cameras on The Real Housewives of New Jersey. Now 23, she's breaking out of her mother's shadow, joining Next Gen YC, and proving she's more than a name. Confident, resilient, and unfiltered, Gia seemed unstoppable. But her biggest test wasn't in Manhattan nightlife. It was in the desert, on Fox's Special Forces. A survival competition pushing celebrities beyond their limits physically, mentally, and emotionally. And standing beside her, Kody Brown. A man America knows for his controversial, polygamous lifestyle on Sister Wives. Charismatic to some, infuriating to others, Kody carried more than just baggage. He carried a reputation for control, conflict, and fractured family ties. But in Special Forces, survival requires one thing above all else: teamwork. And that is where things went wrong. According to Gia, Kody Brown was far from a team player. In interviews ahead of the premiere, she exposed his behavior, hinting at power struggles, dismissive remarks, and an unwillingness to cooperate. The young rising star and the seasoned patriarch clashed in ways no one expected. What happens when 2 strong personalities, one just breaking into independence, the other desperate to control, are forced to survive together? The answer shook fans long before the show even aired. The moment that shocked cast and crew alike came during a brutal group challenge. Under scorching heat, contestants had to carry heavy gear as a unit. While others pushed through, Gia noticed one person dragging behind, refusing to sink Kody Brown. Instead of encouragement, Kody lashed out, blaming others, criticizing the women in the group. Gia, unafraid, called him out, publicly. That confrontation didn't just end the challenge. It flipped the season's entire narrative. The youngest contestant taking down the loudest voice, America's sweetheart, versus America's most polarizing father figure. When Gia's words leaked before the premiere, fans erupted online. Sister Wives viewers accused Kody of repeating the same patterns they'd seen on TLC: domineering, dismissive, and selfish. Meanwhile, Gia supporters praised her courage, hailing her as the voice of a new generation of women refusing to stay silent. Go Gia. Kody never learns. Finally, someone said it. The clash wasn't just TV drama, it became a cultural moment. A reality TV torch passing. From Teresa Giudice flipping tables to Giudice flipping the power dynamic against one of reality TV's most infamous men. For Gia, Special Forces wasn't just about survival, it was about finding her voice in the harshest conditions. For Kody, it was another reminder that the world is no longer buying the image he's tried to sell for decades. And for fans, It was the ultimate reality showdown. But one question remains. When the full season airs, will Gia's strength break barriers, or will Kody's influence strike back in unexpected ways? The truth is coming, and it's tougher than the desert itself. If you're ready to see the truth behind the drama, drop your thoughts in the comments, Team Gia or Team Kody. And don't forget to smash that like button so more fans see the story unravel. Part 2. The Brown family's move to Flagstaff was framed as a fresh start, but to fans, it felt like the beginning of the end. Season 14 began with upheaval: houses on the market, children torn from schools, and 4 wives forced into separate homes for the first time. Robyn, the youngest wife and once dubbed the favorite, claimed to be blindsided by Kody's decision. She acted shocked, confused, even angry. "I didn't know he wanted this." But according to one viral Reddit post, it was all an act. The post accused Robyn of bad acting, pretending not to know when in reality she supported the move. She allegedly performed anger for the cameras, masking her true goal: more control, more access to Kody, and eventually, sole ownership of his time. If Robyn wasn't the victim of Kody's choices, but the architect behind them, what does that mean for everything we thought we knew about the Brown family? Fans point to how Robyn blamed her children, especially Dayton and Solomon, for Kody spending most nights at her house. While the official story was that the kids needed stability, critics argued this was Robyn's shield, her way to normalize. Why the patriarch of a plural family was living as if he only had one wife. Meanwhile, the other wives, Meri, Janelle, Christine, were increasingly isolated. Their homes became lonelier, their marriages weaker, as Robyn's grew stronger. Was this family unraveling naturally, or was it being quietly orchestrated from within? Then came COVID-19. For most families, it was a health crisis. For the Browns, it became a dividing line. With Kody enforcing strict rules that just so happened to align with Robyn's household, the family was split apart. The 3 wives accused him of favoritism. Fans accused Robyn of using the pandemic as the perfect excuse. And here's the shocking claim. Some fans believe Robyn and Kody used COVID as cover not just for safety, but to cement monogamy. After years of polygamy, the so-called spiritual marriage had become a traditional one, with Robyn as the only legal and emotional wife left. From 4 wives to 1. The backlash was swift. Online forums exploded with accusations. Robyn wasn't seen as the innocent newcomer anymore. She was labeled manipulative, controlling, even power-hungry. Bad actress became a common refrain, with fans dissecting every tear, every confession, every excuse. She wanted this from day one. She's not fooling anyone. Robyn played the long game. For longtime viewers, it was devastating. Sister wives had promised a story of plural love, of a family united against the odds. But by season 14, it seemed the dream was collapsing into one couple's love story at the expense of everyone else. Whether Robyn was acting or not, one truth remains. The family was never the same after Flagstaff. Christine has since left. Meri and Janelle's bonds fractured. And Kody? He's all but monogamous now, living full-time with Robyn. Was this fate or design? For fans, the heartbreak isn't just the end of Sister Wives as we knew it. It's the realization that maybe, just maybe, the story was scripted not by TLC, but by Robyn herself. From polygamy to monogamy, Was it always her plan? Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. What happens when reality television's biggest families collide, and the cracks in their stories finally split wide open? Giudice, the daughter of Teresa Giudice, once known as the sweet child on Real Housewives of New Jersey, now finds herself clashing with polygamist patriarch Kody Brown on Special Forces' World's Toughest Test. At the same time, Kody's wife Robyn faces mounting accusations bad acting, manipulation, and secretly dismantling a plural family into monogamy. He wasn't the best team player. Giudice. And that was only the beginning. 2 different shows. 2 different women. One unraveling truth about control, performance, and the price of reality fame. To understand how Gia and Robyn's stories intertwine, we need to rewind. Giudice grew up in Bravo's spotlight, learning early that reality TV fame demands resilience. By the time she appeared on Next Gen Nexi, she was determined to carve her own path. Meanwhile, Robyn Brown entered the TLC world in 2010, bringing fresh energy to the polygamist Brown family. But by season 14, fans noticed cracks, tears that seemed forced, anger that felt rehearsed, and decisions that no longer looked like Kody's alone. Were these women shaping reality TV, or surviving inside its illusions? Gia's clash with Kody wasn't just about survival challenges. It was about leadership, respect, and teamwork. When she accused him of not being a team player, viewers recognized the same patterns fans of Sister Wives had been criticizing for years. Reddit comments: Kody always blames others, same old Kody, different show. At the same time, season 14 showed Robyn playing a new role. She claimed she never knew about the move to Flagstaff, acting shocked and angry. But Reddit communities quickly dissected her performance, calling her a bad actress pretending to resist a decision she secretly supported. Could the same man clashing with Gia in the desert also be the centerpiece of a staged family unraveling back home? As Gia stood her ground against Kody, refusing to let him dominate the team dynamic, fans saw echoes of Christine Brown, who years earlier confronted him about favoritism, neglect, and control. For viewers, history was repeating. And while Kody battled with women in the desert, Robyn was accused of something even darker, using her children as justification for Kody's near-constant presence at her home. Dayton and Solomon became the reasons, she claimed, that Kody had to stay. Facebook comments: she's isolating him from the others. Robyn always has an excuse. But the real twist wasn't just favoritism, was the possibility of an agenda. Then came the turning point, COVID-19. For the world, a pandemic. For the Browns, the perfect storm. Kody enforced strict rules that just so happened to align with Robyn's household. Janelle resisted. Christine rebelled. Meri faded into the background. And fans began to believe the unthinkable, that Robyn and Kody weren't just reacting to COVID, they were using it. Using it to end polygamy. Using it to cement a monogamous marriage. And in that same moment, on a different network, Giudice stood her ground against Kody Brown, exposing his inability to be part of a team. 2 worlds colliding in symbolism, the young woman demanding accountability, while the family back home crumbled into one marriage. The backlash was swift. Online forums exploded with commentary. Reddit labeled Robyn a manipulator. Twitter sided with Gia. YouTube filled with breakdowns and reaction videos. Social media posts, Gia said what Christine lived. Robyn played the long game. For longtime fans, it felt like reality TV itself was shifting. Gone were the days of polished illusions. Audiences now dissected every tear, every outburst, every move. And in both cases, women's voices, Gia's, Christine's, even Janelle's, emerged as the truth-tellers. But what does this mean for the future of reality TV and the families at the center of it? For Gia, Special Forces wasn't just a test of endurance, it was her proving ground. For Robyn, Sister Wives Season 14 was the start of a narrative shift she may never escape. And for Kody, his legacy now straddles two networks, two controversies, and one recurring criticism: he wasn't the best team player. The long-term implications? A family fractured beyond repair. A new generation of reality stars unafraid to confront power. And fans more critical, more vocal, and more united than ever before. From Bravo to TLC, one truth echoes: performance can't hide reality forever. The question now: was this the end of polygamy, or just the beginning of a new chapter in America's obsession with reality families? What do you think? Did Robyn mastermind the Flagstaff move and use COVID to lock in monogamy? Or was she just caught in the storm of Kody's choices? And did Gia expose the same man millions have watched unravel his family for years? Comment below with your thoughts. Smash that like button so more fans uncover this story. And subscribe now for deep dives into the reality TV scandals shaping pop culture.